Well, a little bit of a catch up then. Just the latest thing that's been going on in my mind is, or I decided to uh, start suing churches. Uh, I've just had this in pursuing this Tony Roller and a regular job thing. I just had a talk with um, Randy Brow last night at the buffet at Jackpot, and he's recommending that I get a regular job, right? And so that's open. I've got certified, and I'm looking for a job. I put some resumes out there, and nobody's calling yet. I haven't gotten one call yet about a regular job. So, and in the process of being of this Tony guy, it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seems like I'm fake. Like I'm not proud of who I am, and yet I am. It's just that nobody else is proud. No, employers aren't proud of who that Chris Roller guy is, and that's why I have to assume Tony Roller. And so but I just sort of feel like it's like I'm like not being myself, and that was true. So it came upon me a few days, well, about a week ago. This was starting to ponder on me. I should try suing a church, and I've been thinking about doing that for a long time. It's just that it takes like 6 months to get something done, and usually what that something is nothing. Nothing ends up getting done, and it's costly. It's the state system is costly. So I figured out a short version of it, which is a small claims court. I can't sue for very much, but at least I get a start. I'll sue for 1 month. I sent a lawsuit into Dakota County for the church that did me wrong over in Lakeville there. What's it called? Hosanna. And basically, I'm suing for 1 month, the month of September, and I just want to. I figure it's a shorter version. It's a cheaper version, definitely cheaper, and it still may take 3 months to get something done here, but it just feels like it's more. I just feel like more myself. At least in this world where you have to get ahead, you have to find something new. You have to be innovative if you want to be big, right? It's kind of hard to do something new these days. Well, what I've got is something brand new, and I'm pretty darn sure it's happening, which is truth under oath. And basically, all these churches have to do is tell me that I'm not God or not Jesus under oath, and I will just drop the case. But as we found, few, if any, are willing to make that statement because they probably can't. And so hopefully, I mean, the idea here is tell a judge, if in a civil case, if I say I'm Jesus and God and they don't say it, then I am, and thus I should win the case. And we know how corrupt the legal system is, so I realize this winning is might be far off. It's just that this seems like a quicker way, a cheaper and quicker way to get some answers. And I figured I could just continue to do this for the rest of my life. That's the way I approach this, because it's, and I will just keep doing it until I start winning, because, or until I get a few that start saying that I'm not God. That's the reason why I'm kind of doing this in the first place, is because Joel Osteen didn't tell me that I wasn't God. So, and they're probably going to approach it with the idea that no court in the law can decide a case on God. Well, I'm not approaching it on that. I'm approaching it that this is a case of fraud, in which they're deceiving their folks, and they know that I'm the actual Messiah, and they're deceiving their folks by taking their money and pocketing it. And I'm the one that should be pocketing it. So I will, this is relation to God, but it's not about God. It's about fraud. So it's important that I make that distinction so that they don't make that sidetrack, because these weasel lawyers are going to do everything possible. And even if that fails, even if they fail on that notion, it's just, I have to deal with the corruption of the whole legal system. So, but at least it seems like this is a cheap way for me to attempt to make a big stand in the world. It seems like, with everything going on, the world's crappy, the government's crappy. It's just, there is it's time for me to to become big, right? And then I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I've had lawsuits for the last 5-6 years, and that's not seems to be working. And I'm not saying these small claims courts are going to work. It's just that it's a cheaper version to at least keep me in the system until something pans out. And so, yeah. And so and I'm probably going to be doing 4 or 5 of these, 3 to 5 more in the next week or two, just so I can find out what's happening among I get a good sampling. I've been wanting this to churches again for a while. It's just that it was costly, and this provides the alternative. I don't know why I didn't think of it. The problem is you can't sue very much, but if I sue for 1 month, at least if I win, then I can use that as more ammunition later in another lawsuit. It's also possible that if I sue a church and win for that month, that they'll try to say that I can't sue them again for other months, which just the way the lawyers are corrupt, it's possible that they can pull that off. But at this point, I'd just be happy with winning something and moving on. So this whole thing just feels right. It feels better. It feels like I'm myself again. It feels like, again, if somebody hired me for a regular job, I'd probably take it, and I probably would stop it. I'd stop with this lawsuit thing. It is just that I think there's a lot more potential to be a lot more financially potential, and just getting this truth under oath recognized and get some money for it. It's just huge. It's a huge thing. It's just that it's a miracle service, and that people have trouble grasping onto that, a miracle service. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping. So I'm still working on certification. And I'm also working on this other avenue, which they both have their pluses. It's just I think there's just a lot more money in the supernatural world, truth under oath, and I want to continue to try it. I still got that one case open in the appeals court, and it's still in decision making. By the way, one of the parties, it's against 2 parties right now, and one of the parties responded, the other one did not. So it's likely that for the one party, it will go back to district court. It'd be shocking. That'd be the end all of funny is if it drops both parties. If the judge drops both parties when one party didn't even respond in the appeal. So to be determined here. I spent like 3 hours on the phone trying to get ported over from one same company from one phone to the other, and they couldn't get the phone ported over, the phone number, so I have a different number on my cell phone now. Not that big a deal, but it just seemed like it was be such an easy thing for them to do, and they couldn't get it done. So this is track phone I'm dealing with. 3 hours on the phone with these guys. It was just really it was a sucky situation. Anyways, I think that's about it. Just looking through my audios here. Looks like I've only got one to share with you, so pretty short clip this time.
I covered it up as much as Russians have been talking about it, Club. And it's the thing that I think is what's going to be disclosed before too long, in a couple of years. They're going to have to admit to it that they exist, and
the UFO, yeah. Listen, well, I mean, have you seen Conspiracy Theory? Have you been watching those?
No, I haven't been following that show. That's where, on radio or what?
It's on True TV.
Oh, that's on TV. That's on TV. No. Is that on Netflix? I don't know. I guess I don't watch it, no.
Yeah, it's on YouTube as well. But I mean,
no.
I mean that jet stream. I mean, the news should be talking about. You know, it's been a big deal on the news. Oh, look at that jet stream. What created it, right? And they're not talking about, hey, look at that UFO that shows up at the end and is trying to figure it out. You know, that's actually the bigger story.
Yeah, they got the film of it, and they see them all the time, and they don't want to admit that they don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so
that's not surprising me at all. I know, but so you actually saw it when you were watching video, huh?
Yeah,
you saw
like you say, if you watch the news clips, they chop off the clip before the UFO shows up, or they actually might smudge it out. I'm not sure, but you got to watch the raw. You got to find the raw ones where they got it directly from the camera, and then you'll see it show up.
Yeah, that's chicken shits.
Well, it's a bigger story. Like, what is that thing doing there? Like, watching over, like, you know, he's got.
They don't have any answers. They don't know. They don't have any theory. They don't know, so they don't talk about it. and they use the excuse that the people can't handle it. Well, bullshit. 80-90% of the people know about them, and they've seen it and believe in them. Well, the History Channel sure has a lot of that on there. I mean, back before they had in the 1800s, okay, they had a UFO that crashed in Texas, and the body was buried in there, and they dumped a bunch of stuff in the well, and the well has been sealed, and the body has now been hidden. But in the towns, half the town people talk about it still today. And the thing is that before the Wright brothers ever flew, before they even had balloons even flying, but the only thing that they ever had was balloons that were in the air, and there's a UFO that sky crashed in Texas. It hit a windmill, hit a windmill, and then the well was just destroyed, so they dumped the stuff in the well. And then the History Channel has been trying to get the permission to confiscate the this guy that lived drank the water from that well. He got all kinds of welts in his hands. He had arthritis in his hands real bad from the well. Radioactive activity, you know. So, I mean, the History Channel has been showing that a couple times now already. I've seen it 3 or 4 times already. That was way before Roswell, you see. I forget the name of the town. Aurora. Aurora, Texas. Aurora, Texas. Just do an investigation on Aurora, Texas, and you'll find out all kinds of stuff on that. Well, for the History Channel, for sure they'll have it, but other places too, I think. Yeah, that's the first interesting one that's been well documented, and not poo-pooed either, because the government didn't confiscate anything, or military didn't take anything. See, because it was before they were covering things up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you go. Take a search for that. Aurora, Texas.
Yeah. All right.
That's one of the first interesting. I think you should find some stuff on that, okay?
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.